Hello, good evening, good afternoon. This is a scene for Hong Kong House of Cards. To, today, we are currently finding Charlie just. He swung by, saw a bonar he recognized from the sept, and he looked a little bit hungry, so he just, took him by a noodle shop along his way to go find Dextra, who. Uh, he does not have current contact information for, so he's probably going to be asking the spirits, where is this one person at? And she's probably being followed by some unsavory spirits.
It's not
Gives
really.
giving Dexter's description.
Yeah. Um, she's not actually followed by vain spirits as much as you might expect.
Oh, probably
Not
more
only
Weaver.
because she's humanity 8, but also because she tends to spend most of her days somewhere they can't go. Um,
Yeah. So she's probably being followed more by Weaver than Bane.
yeah, but um, but you might be able to find a pattern spider that recognizes the description.
All right. He asked the pattern spiders about
Okay,
Dextra.
so the pattern spider is going to chitter slightly. They're going to chitter to each other. Then they're going to look at you and be like, "What will you give us?"
He pulls out a motherboard, broken motherboard. He works with Tannenbaum Industries. He's which is a Glasswalker owned sept. He's been told that this is kind of a thing. This is the chimage they most favor. So he carries it in his.
Not so much the broken ones, but they're easier to transport. Um,
Yeah, he has a small memory card, a couple of memory cards that are like terabytes of gig in them with him, and he pulls those out for the spider.
Show me your phone.
Gives him the pattern spider his phone.
The pattern spider will tap on the phone once with one of its legs, and your phone is ringing someone.
Gives it two more memory cards. One's for the repayment. One's for something I'm about to ask after I'm done with the phone call. He puts his the phone to his ear.
Hello?
Um, Dextra.
Yes.
This is Charlie. I was wondering if I
I
could.
didn't know you could block your phone number that thoroughly.
Say again, character. I didn't hear you.
I didn't know you could block your phone number that thoroughly.
Yeah, it's the thing. I would have to tell you about in some point, but I was wanting to meet up with you somewhere to talk to you about some help with the technocracy.
Adam's not going to be there, right?
No, this is more of a side venture that I'm kind of working on. It's not directly working on the technocracy. It's more of a ally of theirs that needs to be removed.
Okay, well, I suppose we can talk about it. Where do you have in mind?
Um, I'd say the I'd say there's a coffee shop in the night market that could work. Kind of
Okay.
trying to kind of avoiding the Emerald Mother at the moment until I can start sending some help over there for Riker.
Okay.
Uh, give me a few minutes and I'll be there as soon as I can.
Okay, I guess I will see you there.
All right, will do. He hangs up the phone and uh, uh, asks the spider, "Can you upgrade my phone?"
I can,
He gives him another memory card.
but it won't last.
Oh, how can I make it last?
You would need a spirit to stay in the phone.
Oh yeah, true. And, out of character, do I want him to hang out in my phone?
Debatable.
That is a loss of renown if found out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tiny
Also,
one, but
you do not have right of fetish. You cannot actually bind it to the phone so that it can cross the gauntlet.
yeah.
This is why he's saying, I can upgrade it. I can't keep it that way.
Would it be out of character? Would it be a loss of renown if he had the spirit of the phone woken up?
Mm, probably not, but it's a bit of a grey area.
It's not like he'll tell anybody. The only people that'll probably know are all glasswalkers.
That
And
doesn't matter. But yes, carry on anyway.
the only people that will know are glasswalkers, and they'll probably not say anything. And Rachel's not kind of keeping most of the more wild ones from the Fianna out of Hong Kong, so they're probably not going to know about this. He
Uh, anyway,
he asked the pattern spider, "Can you wake up the spirit in the phone?"
no.
All right. I don't
I
have.
thought that was what the fuzzies were for.
True, true. I haven't slept well.
I have work to do.
All right, you go ahead. Thank you. Anyway, he goes to find Dextra.
Okay. And Dexter will be sat at the cafe um, with two large cups of coffee in front of her using the free Wi-Fi. Not
Um,
the coffee.
he's going to come up and say hi, hello.
Hi. Uh, could you try and make sure that you drink the coffee before we go?
Why?
Because otherwise they might think that it's bad.
Oh, okay. Sure. He basically pulls out a flask and pours some amber-colored liquid into the coffee, and then stirs. I wanted to talk to you on trying to do collaboration work on trying to. Well, I'm trying to set up some chaos with the. He writes down something on a piece, pulls out a piece of paper, writes something down, and on it and pass it to her. And if she reads it, it says PLA.
Right.
Apparently, I went with Arthur and Lillian of uh, your group, and Lillian being of your group, and we to visit the city father, and come to find out the he's two-thirds with us, and the last of him is with them, and they're with the technocracy.
Okay.
I was wanting to see if I could enlist your services to end this in my little some of my sabotage efforts, and hopefully, if you can work it out, get the city council to have them lose influence with the city council.
Right. Could you be more specific? Because, like, I just do computers and stuff.
Basically, use do what you do best: spread chaos and leave some incriminating technology evidence with the city council that it makes the PLA look dirty.
Okay. I might have a few ideas about that. But was that it? Because, you could have just told me that.
There's another thing. You actually did help us the most in our foray into master security.
Yeah.
Was
Sorry I couldn't really stay, but,
I know. Why do you think I waited until nightfall to for this meeting? Uh, uh, Due to your skin condition.
yeah.
Um,
So,
you're. I actually would like to enlist your help at a later date to try and do more damage to the technocracy, because your skills would be very valuable in our endeavors later on.
Adam's not going to be there, right?
um, no, not that I know of. He's actually catching flack for what had happened at Masters. A lot of it.
Good.
Even well, the person that trains our younger people, he's wanting to talk to him, and when he says he wants to talk to him, it's not pretty. And I heard about your friend's little visit with Adam. Very that was funny. Along with your work with dropping his Adam's checking account into a charity organization.
They could use the money.
It's a very well. It's a very uh, honorable charity.
I think they used it to convince one of the large theme parks to stay open overnight
Nice.
so that
That's
all the kids could go.
nice. I'm kind of wondering. Um, you could have used grabbed some of his money for yourself, and you didn't. Why is that?
That would be stealing.
True, but still, you're. This may be really bad of a faux pas for me to say. Um, in past there's past experiences uh, have soured some of my people's opinion of your kind. And oddly enough, Dextra noticed that a lot of the waitresses, weaker willed waitresses, will be keeping away from the table due to Charlie's presence. I do know what's on your hands, though.
Yeah, well, quite a lot of them have been mean to me too. What's your point?
It's just it's one of those things that you had the opportunity to, and a lot of times, people of your family have actually have actually taken that opportunity more than once.
No. Look, if I wanted money that way, I would be a billionaire.
All right, that I get your point.
It wasn't about the money.
It was about the fact that he did what he did.
So he needed to realize that it was a bad thing to do.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
I got out of there. What if I hadn't? Or what if he does it again and someone else gets hurt?
I believe he's going to be in trouble for a while due to what had happened, so you don't have to worry about that. Unfortunately, our dear friend Adam was of the well. There's two separate groups within his kind, and well, needless to say, he was a part of the more unsavour kind. And he writes down another word on another piece of paper and passes it to her, and and it says, "Ask Riker what is the unseelie." And he takes a sip of coffee.
Right.
I didn't even know that he was until well after that.
Is he like an evil fairy?
Not so much.
Do we have him on our side?
Not so much evil. It's more of okay. Out of Dungeons and Dragons terms, he wouldn't be pure evil, but he'd be like chaotic neutral or chaotic evil. But now he's probably going into chaotic good because he's been getting a whole mess of flack from what had happened, and he's seeing what problems it would cause, and well,
He's not evil. He's
yeah,
just
he's not.
stupid.
Yeah, he's not evil, but he's just, yeah, basically.
So he's chaotic neutral, and he's staying chaotic neutral.
He's, well, not staying chaotic neutral. If once we're done with him, he's going to be at least chaotic good, neutral, leaning into chaotic good.
You realise behaviour is only part of things, and kind of your personality doesn't bring that.
Yeah, true.
But anyway, so basically, you want me to hack in and mess with their research and stuff?
I basically want you to hack in, pull, basically that, and do some majorly chaos. And hopefully, if you could pass me copies of what they have planned and their research and stuff on that end.
I can try. They've got a pretty tight system, to be fair.
I can probably help you out a little bit, like we did at Masters.
CIA was a cakewalk compared to their system.
Well, I wasn't saying it would have been right away. This is more of a long-term project.
Well, I can look into it.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, it'll be ready.
I have ways that I can send aid to you, but you would not be able to see it.
I can't imagine.
That could help out a little bit.
Like what?
I'll bet you it's a priority for them.
Well, needless to say, normally your family usually has some very unseen, unsavory spirits following them. Let's just say that. But with you have a lot of technology-based ones following you.
And they're not following her, more keeping track of her.
Well, they're keeping track.
Because, as I said, she spends a good portion of her time somewhere they can't go. So she basically kind of loses a lot of them at night and just starts picking them. I mean, during the day, and just starts kind of picking them back up again. Both kind of technology spirits and Banes. It's just that the Banes tend to, be different ones each time. And the technology spirits keep track of things.
Well, they keep track of you, but they kind of lose you around daytime.
Yeah. Could be because I'm kind of dead then.
Yeah. If you want, I can set one up to come here when it's not busy, or I can try and get your. Well, you probably have some special stuff working with your laptop, so scratch that. I can have ones come over here, or have the ones here. If you come here, I can set some the ones that are usually around here to try and come and help you in hacking their system.
How?
Well, kind of the same way that probably the same way I called you.
On the phone?
Basically, as long as you have your laptop up and running and tapping into the Wi-Fi network, they can plug into it and help you within your computer.
And he said, okay. But he should have had that head gasket.
Doesn't that mean they'll kind of know everything I'm doing?
They kind of do, anyways. It's just with the their
They don't know
Senior.
everything. To be honest.
they don't. It's well, especially around your area. But with like anything of technology, they will know what's going on with that. Anyhow, if that makes sense.
Out of character, they probably don't know what Dextra's up to. Because Ward versus Spirits.
Well, Charlie doesn't know how that would translate. He
Yeah, he doesn't know about it. He doesn't know what exactly is going on with that. I'm just saying, out of character, they probably don't.
Yeah.
So, but you feel free to tell her what you think is the truth, which is that.
Well, that's what I think would be going on under normal circumstances. Obviously, you probably have other things going on that makes them that hinders them from seeing what you're doing. But that's usually the case underneath normal circumstances. But if you allow one to help you in trying to hack their system, that system.
I think I'd rather not have people watching what I do.
All right, that's fine. But like I said, this isn't a long term prod. This is a long term project. It's not there's no rush on it.
Long term, how? I mean, basically, it's go mess with them.
Basically, I have other things going on. Long term on them. Working on them other than you. It's just it's going to take some time to take hold.
Okay.
Needless to say,
Yeah, I'll just kind of get on with that, and you get on with your thing, and give me a ring if you come up with anything else.
One more question. So, you pulled some really badass stuff back at Masters. Why don't you just
Yes.
why don't you uh, show that off all the time? Out of character, he's basically asking what we talked about earlier.
Yeah, that's not how she's going to interpret it.
Oh.
Because we're not supposed to go around showing lots of people that there's magic and stuff.
Not what I meant. I mean, as far as like something like that, it is what I was meaning. Why don't you would be like a really badass tech engineer for the fight with technocracy.
I kind of am, didn't I? I mean, I said when I was going to apply to be devil, I'm really good with technology and computers and stuff.
Wow. Okay. Out of character. How am I able? How would I try to word this?
I honestly do not know. At the moment, I'm not entirely sure I know what you're on about.
Charlie, if you can get car paid out, you need to go somewhere else to trade it in.
I won't buy it.
What you're suggesting that she should kind of do to show off? What would you know, what exactly do you mean you think? What are you asking her what she doesn't do?
You don't need anything right now.
Basically, he's asking why doesn't she like spread her wings and basically be the powerhouse he saw in Masters. And basically deal
From
a
her
very
perspective, she does.
yeah, but deal of even bigger blows to the technocracy.
Were they any winners?
In what way?
Is you lose. Just toss them in the trash can. It's right there.
She can base from a.
I was going to take them
Okay.
before I embarrassed myself.
Are you saying I should fight things? Because I'm not very good at fighting things.
No, it's not what I meant. Out of character dev, how would I go about saying what we were trying to? We were saying I should do with the scene with Dextra.
Well, you could ask her if she wants to go along on that kind of thing in the future, and then planning to, you know, go on one of those raids.
What should I? Think we're losers?
I got a $2 winner.
Okay. Well,
$2
let me get to my point. There is rumors of a trip over to the wall to investigate the impact we had at Master. We did at if there was any impact from what we did at Masters. If you want to come along, that your skills would be really appreciated.
Will Adam do that?
He's already expressed that he does not want to go up over there because one trip he actually kamikazed a cyborg wolfman, and the other one he slashed his own knee.
Right.
With the same sword.
There was a robot wolf person?
Yes.
That sounds dangerous.
But we would be bringing a lot more muscle on that trip because we've had more than one trip there and found out they're sending in some heavy muscle.
Well, I mean, I'm not really the muscly type, but if you need any help with the kind of technical side of things, then I can help with that.
There will be definitely a lot of technology you can work with on that trip, but the people that are handling the muscle at the wall will take care of it. Take care of it while you take care of the technology part.
Well, I mean, as long as I'm not busy doing something for my people or being Beverly or, you know, stuff like that, then I don't see why I couldn't help.
All right, that works. Question. What's Mildred's deal?
Oh, deal?
At the council, she came off. Well, I'm just going to put this as blunt as possible. She came off as a bitch.
Well, I know she was a bit kind of irritable, but she doesn't seem that bad.
Oh, you have no idea how many people, how close she came to having sunlight thrown in her face.
See, people need to stop doing that. Not okay.
I'm just saying she
It's not okay.
I know it's not okay. It's just the way she acted. She came off as she was a bitch, and needless to say, the only reason why anybody uh, kept their weapons at the door to turn a phrase was the fact that it was council and we're supposed to be working together, and they were just tolerating her.
Throwing sunlight in people's faces is rude.
I was just saying that as just a turn of phrase. It wasn't actually what could have happened. It's just I know she kind of perturbed Michael a lot of House of Cups, and because Riker almost. He said basically he told me
if guys kind of stand up for themselves, then that's okay. But if a girl does it, then she's being a bitch. Very sexist.
Well, let me clarify. It was more of along lines of with Michael. She kind of pulled came across as that way because she basically called his qualifications into question.
And if we don't know them, then we don't know them. Why shouldn't you question them?
Well, I understand that, but it seemed like she called him into question all because of his age.
And
by.
I mean, I know it's mildly rude, but at the same time, it's like, well, the longer you've been alive, the more time you've had to learn stuff.
Yeah, this is true, but I also am of the mind that I agree with Bodhisattva's assessment of Michael.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that these things can make you wonder, and then if you wonder and you want to make sure that everybody's safe and everything, and she's the speaker and the prince, and she's supposed to be there to try and make sure that everyone is safe and stuff, then of course she's going to ask.
I understand that. It may just be our view of her attitude behind her asking. That's why I wanted to ask you, since to clarify something for me. Clarify that for me.
Clarify what? I mean, so far you just kind of said that she was.
Well,
you thought that she was being mean to Michael.
Well, I was just trying to see a different side of side of the whole thing. I'm just saying it may be her attitude she used behind the words when she asked, and that's what.
I just don't get what you're asking me.
I don't have access to Mildred, intimate access to Mildred that you do.
Yeah, but I mean, you basically said, "What's her deal?" I mean, like,
I wanted to get your opinion on Mildred.
Mildred's part of my clan, and she's the prince, and she's kind of doing her job as best she can.
Okay.
So a lot of work for one person to have to handle, being the speaker and the prince, and not having much in the way of Primogen and stuff to support her, and having to try and deal with the fact that, you know, there's all these other different kinds of creatures, and half of them seem to want to think we're evil. And I mean, you guys have a reputation for tearing people's throats out all over the place.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, where did you hear that part of tearing people? We tear people's throats out.
From other vampires. You go around tearing vampires' throats out.
Unless they have okay.
And
Okay.
out of character, you would know that does fairly frequently happen.
Yes, I do agree that does frequently happen, but it's more along the lines due to the fact, well, with us, I'm going to straight out give you at least some werewolf 101, but this doesn't leave the table. There's three.
You certainly can do, but I mean, what I'm saying is there's a lot of people that are working together that have done lots of bad things, and if she's trying to look out for us, it's a very difficult position to be in.
All right. Well, let me put it this way. When that happened, they weren't saying they weren't who they were saying they were, and we found out about it. I'm not saying they weren't
because they don't go around saying, "Hey, I'm a vampire." That means they should throw their throats out.
No, no. I'm saying they knew about the vampire, but I'm saying they weren't completely humane. Humane, if that makes sense. They had fallen to darker powers, and we found out about it.
No, because I heard about my sire's cousin's friend that was just out for a stroll one night, and suddenly the werewolves just came and they started clawing at them, and the only reason they got away was because they could fly.
He just gets taken aback by the whole flight thing, but he goes, I'm not saying that misunderstandings happen like that, but 99% of the time, it's due to the fact that they were answering to darker powers that you.
Out of character, that is a lie.
What?
That is out of character. That is a lie. I mean, New York is strange, and Hong Kong is strange, because in both of them people have to get on better. But the majority of the world, most werewolves, if they find out someone is a vampire, they will kill them first and ask questions later.
That's why he said, I'm not saying misunderstandings like that don't happen. I'm just saying 99% of the time, like in areas of Hong Kong and like this and New York, or say where my hometown, 99% of the time they had fallen to darker powers, and they were answering to those darker powers, and we found out about it, and y'all didn't know.
I don't think so.
I'm not trying to change your opinion of that, but I know other parts of
that. I am sure as hell there are not that many infernals in the world.
I'm not saying your opinion's not right. I'm not saying my opinion's not right. It's sometimes there are in different areas of the world the practice may be a thing, but in different other areas of the world,
Yeah,
it's not a
but the
thing.
thing is, what I'm saying is that Mildred has to kind of try and balance a lot of things to try and keep us all safe. It's a lot of things for her to worry about.
Now, see, that kind of helped me clarify on some things on Mildred. Thank you.
I mean, like I said, you guys have a reputation for that stuff, and the changelings do weird things. And okay, we don't really have too much of a beef with the equation, apart from the fact that they kept killing everyone that came over here, but they didn't come over to us. So that's less of a thing. But still, lots of killing going on.
And we're in a situation where we can possibly stop that. It's just
Well, I think sometimes I'm not entirely sure everybody wants to. I mean, we broke in there in that place, and we didn't have to kill the guards because I took care of it. We didn't have to kill anybody, and then there was the big armored suit things, and we dealt with them. And then the people are getting out, and he's just Adam's just like, okay, I'm just gonna kill them.
Adam is an oddball. I'm going to give you that, and he's being taken care of, just taken care of, and hopefully he will straighten up and fly right. But this is Adam we're talking about.
I'm just saying that there's a lot of killing going on, even here.
I know, and hopefully, if I can work some things out, it might be less.
I mean, I even feel bad when I squash spiders.
Oh, yeah. Be careful on that because the Hingokai seer is a spider.
Well, then they shouldn't be in my room, being all creepy and stuff.
Well,
That's perving on people. That's not okay.
okay. That in in their defense, Legion is very, very, very curious and
Very
yes.
curious on watching people sleep.
I'm not saying that it's one of theirs. It's just you got just be careful. It could be considering. Yeah, you work with blood. So does they. So do they.
Yeah, well, I would not
And,
recommend them trying to mess with us on the blood thing.
they're not. I'm not thinking they're going to mess with you. It's more along the lines of basically, oh, what's this do? Basically, does the whole.
Even more reason why they shouldn't be hanging out in my room.
I'm not saying it's one of their spiders. I'm just saying be careful.
We're going to need to get some pet iguanas. Iguanas eat spiders, right?
Which one?
Iguanas eat spiders, right?
Uh, Say again. I'm getting like Granus or whatever.
Iguanas.
Oh, iguanas. They eat. They eat a lot of things. They're
Well,
reptilian mammal.
as long as we keep them out of the cupboards, could could definitely see about getting some iguanas.
And I can talk with they to make sure that they stop looking in on y'all while you're asleep.
Out of character, they won't have been.
They wouldn't have been.
They wouldn't have been. It was definitely a normal spider, but but in character, you don't know that.
In character, I don't know that, and in character, normal spiders can be technically kinfolk to said spider,
They could be
and not
kinfolk.
yeah,
They could
and
be
not
kinfolk, but they can't be the actual weird spiders because protections.
yeah.
And you know,
But he's also
well,
going to say, yeah, while you're out at night, just be careful on not squishing them because I don't know if that's a normal spider or they. Yes, they refer to themselves as they. It's
right.
very,
Well, I definitely need to get some iguanas.
at least for your pupils area.
And they can have teeny tiny little collars.
Just be careful. They may be uh, uh, where lizards can poke. Yeah. Otherwise, they might be normal. I don't know how to detect such things, but they could. But I don't know if there's any in the city.
Hey, I wonder if you can get little teeny tiny leads for iguanas.
Okay.
Well, don't you think that would be cute?
I think they have those in the pet stores or PetSmart.
I'm going to have to ask someone who can go places during the day to get me some iguanas.
I'm thinking
Or,
PetSmart.
I could get them shipped.
True. Uh, all right. Other than the technocracy thing and all that, I could probably have other stuff to do as he swigs, chugs, basically slams the alcoholic coffee. Uh, it was nice talking to you. It's just I've got a lot of things on my plate already, and Juling is looking at me for a nomination to nominate for the position of star.
Oh, good luck.
Thank you. I have other things I need to talk to cause some chaos over the military installations. Just I have no idea how to find said things.
Well, you know how they tend to have like cameras and stuff?
Yeah.
If you were to ask the spidery person if they could get all the spiders out of my place, and maybe they could spin webs over the lenses.
Okay, that would be a good thought.
It wouldn't be much, but it would be kind of irritating.
Yeah,
Then just go stand on the cameras repeatedly, and as soon
also,
as people arrive, run away.
I've also kind of got something in mind that may have all the soldiers on the toilet for 24/7.
Well, I doubt you'd be able to get all of them on there, but yeah.
Um,
Ooh.
You know how rats can carry disease.
No, that's not very nice. But then they're not very nice. So then, I did
Yeah.
have an idea, but it's really a very not nice idea.
What is it?
Well, I could do something that would make some of the people like me, and then they would help us. But it's kind of messing with their lives and who they are and stuff.
Uh, he basically goes, I'm going to act like I'm not here to that, and I'm going to say, I'm not saying I wouldn't find this agreeable and helpful. And he just smiles.
It's not a very nice thing to do, and it kind of also it might, I don't know if it works on other supernaturally things. So it might
Uh,
work on the technocracy, but it would probably work on a lot of the guards and stuff.
yeah, and also if you, I'm not saying I agree with this, but if you somehow got your people to do this, oh, I don't know, on say some of the members of the city council, if not all of them, it would be very much help.
I probably could. It's just don't suggest this to Mildred.
Oh God, no, no.
I mean,
Uh,
she's my clanmate and all, and you know I know she'd make the right choice and stuff, but um
don't suggest it to her because she already has a lot on her plate.
uh yeah, that one. It is
uh,
blatantly obvious that that's not what she's thinking.
yeah, and Charlie knows this. That's why she saved her.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying if this happened, I'd agree with it. But if it did happen, I'm saying it'd be a very big help. And
Right. Do you know who the council members are? I mean, I can look it up when I get when you know after. But I mean, if you already know them, that would be a first step that I wouldn't have to do, and then I could skip straight to the second step and stuff.
I actually don't know about the council members as of yet, but I have the information on some of the higher ranking people, PLA officers
Okay.
that you could set one up as with this. I just
Like
out of
I
character. I had to
said,
pull.
it's a bit more. It's not the easiest thing to do, but
Out of character, I'm pulling up that Wikipedia page right now because that's how I found out that the more than likely we already took out the base in Kowloon.
yep.
I'll just send you the link because my computer decided to be weird.
Okay. Well, don't worry about it because Dextra can Google very well.
Yeah, hold on. And we'll just, I got it in the chat. We'll just say that's what she gets in the when she pulls up Google.
Well, I mean, if I can get a good excuse to speak with some of them, then that would help. But, you know,
True. Uh, right now,
I
I'm
could
working.
probably swing it though, I suppose. I mean,
All right.
I can try.
most of my stuff is a little bit more subtle, and you wouldn't know about what's going on unless, like, say, I told you how I told you about the rats.
What about the rats? I thought you just said that everyone was going to need the loo.
Yeah, and basically saying the stuff I'm doing is more subtle. I'm not directly interacting with these installations, but so I can't really overtly help you, considering this is so much of a act of treason. But uh, I could probably find something out, uh, put you in the right direction to talk to these people.
Okay, well, anything that's helpful would be great.
All right.
So basically, you want me to mess with the PLA and see about getting some influence with various officer people and the city council. I'm not entirely sure why the city council, but it seems handy.
Well,
And,
considering this is
and
all
at
one
some
big
point,
city.
you're going to call me if you go and fight the giant robot things again. Did you get the schematics? Because I'd really like a look at those blueprints.
He pulls out printout of the folded. He pulls out a folded piece of paper, and if she hands it to her, and if she tries to unfold it in front of right here, he goes, "Wait until you're in your area,"
Okay.
and
She'll tuck it away in her bag.
just basically gives her that look of this is. If she wants to roll perception empathy, she can, but I'm giving it to her to you anyway because he's not hiding it. Basically, it's the look of this is what you're asking for, but don't open it here because this is way too that's way too sensitive for a public audience.
Okay.
Basically, it's all the he gave her all the blueprints that he got out of the computer system while tapping into the data streams.
Nice.
So basically, so now when she gets back to the Tremere, it's basically the Tremere and the Glasswalkers trying to work on this same blueprints.
Yeah, something tells me Dextra would probably do better.
Well, the Glasswalkers are probably going to, when they research those blueprints, they're probably going to be getting a big boon uh, out of uh, out of it because that will help them in their research on spirit technology.
Okay.
But with that's what
Anyway,
I was thinking
back
with
into
it.
character.
Yeah.
Stuff's tucked away in the bag.
But other than that, I
Right. So mess with the PLA. Get the council on side. Find some PLA officer people. And at some point you might bring me up to go fight stuff.
yes. Also, if you can,
Without Adam.
yes, without Adam, unless she Adam behaves. But if you have time and with all that, could you try to he basically says, if you have time, could you try and send people, start having people send out when you get to the city council on board, try to get them to send advertisements to out into the city to start having people go visit the museums.
Okay.
And
Um Any specific museums?
Needless to say, the city father I told you about is tied. Those are his areas of power,
Okay.
and if more people go there, it'll give him powers.
Okay. I'm assuming that is a good thing.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't really know much about spirity things.
yeah. It's with those. It's the ones that are they're those are tied to the ones that we want on our side. The two aspects of him on our side.
At some point, you're going to have to tell me more about this Umbra place. Or, figure out a way for me to go.
Uh, that would be a thing for me to do, but you can talk to Jolie. He's brought Lillian along on that trip. He can
Well, yeah,
probably
I mean,
bring
he
someone
told me about
else.
how he does it, but I can't do it that way.
Well, I can go on naturally, but I haven't figured out how to bring other people with me. He can.
Okay.
But basically, the museums are tied to the two aspects of the city that we want on our side in this.
Okay. Well, I'll see what I can do with that. It might be easier if I just offered to update their websites and stuff.
That work too. Anything will help, and help in this case.
Okay.
All right. He. I'll better let you head back to your area, your home, so you're not having people go crazy that you're gone. And I've got some places to look into to see about spreading some chaos in the PLA's installations.
Okay. If you find a way to get access to their water supply, let me know.
I have my way, but it wouldn't pretty much void your access. But I could probably ask around and see if you can, I can get you in on that.
Okay.
It be one of those you'd have to come here to the coffee shop and allow one of the tech spirits to patch you into the water supply. Because
How would that get me access to the actual water supply?
it has ways of passing on access codes.
No, I don't mean the
technology.
access codes. I mean physically accessing the water supply.
I can see what I can
Going
do.
and being right there with the water.
I can see what I can do.
Okay. Well, like I said, if we get one of those out, let me know.
All right, thank you. And I will. Marcus is finally out of character. Marcus is finally come out of the monastery.
Yay! Anyway,
Anyways,
I think we're basically reaching the end of our scene.
yes. Thank you, viewer, for coming in and out to watch. And this has been an edition for Hong Kong House of Cards.